And welcome back to the 10-7 show with Tara, Tyra, Goose, and myself. We are here. We are back in the building. We took last week off, somebody wasn't feeling well. I'm not going to name any names.
No
somebody
name.
wasn't feeling well. And we decided to go ahead and give y'all the week off or the day off.
Important thing, we all good now.
We all good now. But welcome back to the 10-7 show, y'all. We appreciate y'all for being with us. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you're right here with us, and we appreciate that. So with this week being, first of all, it's Father's Day. We're going to get to that in just a second. Happy Father's Day. But what I like to do always is I like to start the show off by asking everybody how they have been. I mean, this is one of those rare shows where we actually saw each other yesterday.
Yes.
So,
it's getting more normal.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's getting more normal. So how y'all been? How y'all been the last couple of weeks?
Good.
Outside of yesterday.
Yeah, we've been good. Everything's great.
Yeah, hanging out, just
enjoying
ourselves.
Getting back to a normal routine.
Yep, seeing people.
Absolutely.
Yep. Seeing people's whole faces.
Yeah.
Y'all looking like y'all just enjoying life outside and whatnot. We all cooped up in here in the studio, but y'all outside enjoying life. Looking like y'all can stretch y'all legs out and stuff.
Man, this is where I am.
All the time.
how you
all
been?
the time.
I've been okay. I can't complain.
Okay.
Still working from home, and I love it.
So, with all that being said, I want to start off by saying Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there that are, and I hope you are enjoying your day, enjoying your time, and I hope you're being catered to as I was today. So appreciate it. Thank you very much. Goose, Happy Father's Day to you.
Happy Father's Day, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now, with all that being said, we got all that out the way, right? It's about time for that part of the show. Y'all know what part of the show is. The part of the show that y'all like a little bit. And of course, there's the Would You Rather segment of the show. And I believe Tyra has prepared some Would You Rather questions for us.
Yes, I have 2 Would You Rathers today. I kept it kind of light. Okay. It's Father's Day. I ain't going to ask no deep, drawn out questions. So here we go. Don't try to read it.
I can't read.
Yeah, what? Can't read. I can't. He's starting already. All right. What? Okay, Goose.
Yo, wait a minute. I looked away. I looked back and he was gone.
He can still hear. Here he comes. He's doubling around.
Okay. Okay, what's going on here?
Power to read this. Would you rather?
What happened? Okay, so the first one is: would you rather use a keyboard with your feet or your face?
A computer keyboard or a piano keyboard?
Computer keyboard.
With my feet.
What, my feet with my face? What the world?
I'm bashing myself in the face.
H-A-V.
That email is not going to be accepted well.
Give a whole different term to hunt and peck.
Okay.
Yeah, seriously. I'm going with feet.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with feet too. Yeah, but can you imagine? Like, that gotta be so tiring. They would have to make a keyboard foot pad. There are people out here who don't have arms.
That's true.
Somebody might still not. They probably already made it.
There is such thing as dictation software. So
that is true.
That's true.
That is true.
And I would rather use that.
But then you get exercise if you use the foot pad.
Oh God.
Imagine that cramp you get.
Just don't use it.
Imagine that cramp, right?
Yo, but you know what? Hold on. Hit. So I'm just thinking about, the old school, what is it? JKL semicolon ASDF, like how you hold your, and then you hit the space bar with your thumbs.
Yeah.
What you hit the space bar with? Your heels?
Your heel or your heel or your So
you just mash on that joint with your
this
heel.
part of your hand.
You got to take your foot up. Use your big toe.
Take your, all right.
Got me in my big toe.
You didn't pick.
I did my feet.
You said your
I said my
feet.
feet. Mm-hmm.
Everybody said feet.
Yeah.
Totally. Feet.
Okay. All right. So here's the next one. Would you rather have to sing a song whenever anyone asks, or break dance?
Sing a song.
Sing a song. I do that
sing
anyway.
a song. Yeah, sing a song.
Some people like to dance.
I would totally sing a song.
Man, listen. How many times you want to pick yourself up off the ground at the break dance?
Especially at this
right. Yeah, sing a song. You can hurt yourself breakdancing.
I know. Okay.
Absolutely, you can.
All right, so I got one more. I just actually found this one. But would you rather have a guide dog or a guide parrot?
You said guide or guide?
Guide. A guide dog or a guide parrot?
A dog. How is that?
I would say a parrot.
But how? How is that?
You can train the parrot to talk. You can't
but
train
then
the
would
dog.
you shut up?
I'm gonna go with
dog because I already have a dog, so I'm kind of used to that territory.
I would say a parrot.
He's obviously distressed over here. He can't figure out what.
I think I'll stick with a dog.
Dog.
Yeah.
Y'all dog people anyway. What about
we are.
you?
That's what I'm saying. Like I know what comes with the territory.
I'll be like Beretta over this job.
They don't know Beretta.
I'm trying to think. Like I like dogs. I love dogs.
Yeah.
But
a parrot.
Talking parrots are kind of cool though.
Exactly.
Like I would probably teach my parrot to cuss somebody out.
All right, Dora.
I would probably teach my parrot to say "get the hell out the way" or something like that.
The parrot like boo.
Yeah, like move, get out the way. Like I think just off of that, I would go with the parrot.
Okay.
Just because I could teach it. Now, I'm not blind or nothing. I just got this guide, right?
Yeah, it didn't say whether or not you were blind.
I'm not blind or not.
I think I'm gonna go with the parrot, just so I can teach the parrot to cuss people out.
Just crack it up.
It's a legit question, you know.
Wait. So that's not a thing, like. So why do we need guide things if we're not blind?
I'm just saying.
That's the question.
That wasn't part of the question, so I just,
Wait.
I just assumed.
Well, maybe you could be low vision. There's some people that are low vision. But they're not blind.
Low vision.
And they have like guide dogs and stuff.
I might get me a parrot just because now.
Birds
no, birds are so. Oh my God, birds are dirty.
You should get you a guide turtle.
No, not after yesterday. No.
What happened?
That was the fastest turtle I've ever seen in my life yesterday.
Oh my God, were they huge?
They were huge. I said, "Yo, man,
he put it on the floor."
No, he didn't.
And he was like, "Pew!"
Yes.
Jump.
Yo, because the turtle went up under the couch.
The turtle, why is moving fast?
Move fast.
Listen, that turtle got up under the couch. I was at the end. Got up under the couch, and and he kept reaching and moving down and reaching. I was like, he's not getting it. I'm getting up because I don't want this turtle to touch.
I'm peacing out.
I don't know what this turtle is capable of, but it's the biggest pet turtle I've ever seen in my life. And it's fast, and I don't want no parts of it.
Yeah, them things was huge. I was like, oh no, I don't like this. I didn't know he took it out the cage though.
Oh Lord.
When he put it down, I thought it was like a weight. You know how you put weights on the bar? I thought it was a weight. And then that joint just started going like that and then took off. I was like, oh.
Maybe he thought he was still swimming.
No,
he was trying to get the freedom. He was like, they don't let me out often.
He said he had them done like 20 years.
He said it's Freedom Day. I'm out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, happy belated Juneteenth.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, that was yesterday. Juneteenth.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, celebrate. Don't let anybody tell you how you're supposed to celebrate Juneteenth. You celebrate in your own way.
Exactly. And don't let people guilt you for.
And don't buy any Juneteenth decorations that are made in China.
Yes, don't do that.
Right. That's all I got to say about that. But that was Would You Rather, y'all. And I think now it's time for the The Dear 10-7 letters, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna let Goose read one if he promises not to read like he's reading to the kindergarten class.
No, the only way you can read like you're reading to you got to hold it up like this. And read it this way. Go ahead, Goose. Do that, Goose.
I'm excited about these.
All right.
We're answering your questions.
Dear 10-7, my boyfriend has always been terrible at giving gifts. For our 8-year anniversary, I gave him lots of hints that I wanted something special. In all the previous years, he gave nothing. This year, he got me something meaningful, and stupidly, I got my hopes up. On our anniversary day, he gave me this. Wait for it. Wisdom tooth.
What?
He had to have it extracted a few weeks earlier and kept it so he could give it to me, a part of himself.
What?
I'm upset beyond words.
Wait.
How do I teach an otherwise wonderful man how to give big gifts without specifying exactly what I want?
I'm gonna tell you, because I know.
Yo, give it a wisdom.
Wait, first of all,
a wisdom tooth? Like you need to leave this dude.
Getting
We
body
don't
part,
care nothing about you.
You might got a bigger problem.
Starting at the negative.
Right.
You gotta get him to zero.
Yeah,
like
you
that's real creepy.
Giving what the hell gifts to just awful gifts.
Right. Yeah, because that's worse than a wooden eagle.
Yeah, like I'm like, he sounds like he might be a serial killer.
That's a little strange. Like, who was like, you know
who
what?
Does that?
Wait a minute, that brother gave her a piece of him.
What am I supposed to do? Like, did he give you some string with it?
No, this is what you know. That brother gave you a piece of him.
Nah, don't even try it.
That's something that's been with him his entire life.
Are you serious right now?
Nah, bro.
That's been with him with his entire life. What you can do with those wisdom? I don't know how many it was, right? But you go get them joints dipped in platinum.
Oh my god!
Right?
Don't
you get them joints dipped in platinum and put a chain around them.
To her dipped in platinum?
No.
I'm gonna tell you what to do.
Because he's bad at giving gifts. If he was good at giving gifts, he'd have dipped it in platinum.
This is what you do. You find stuff you like. Well, once upon a time, I used to do this. I would get catalogs from like Tiffany's and stuff like that. And I would circle what I was interested in getting. And then I would like put it in the cabinet where the cups are. Or like
I need to do that.
Pin it to
Why?
the toothpaste.
You don't like what my gifts?
See, look, this sounds like some TV stuff, right?
But it happened.
She did it.
It happened. And then he started buying me Tiffany stuff.
Y'all didn't peep how Tyra just avoided my question just now.
Why would you say?
Well, when you said what you said, she said, "Oh, I should do that." And my response was, "You don't like the gifts I give you?" And she just stayed quiet.
She hit
You know what?
Yeah, she definitely dipped that gem.
So that's my suggestion to you. Try something like that. Now, this was 20 years ago, so I don't know if people still get catalogs. I mean, you could probably email them.
Yeah.
No, you screenshot.
I have screenshot stuff to you and texted it to you. I'm done that. That works.
You still doing it.
All these things work. So there you go.
Okay.
Maybe he's a great dude. Yeah, like just no more body
the
parts.
more expensive it is, the earlier you start.
Right. But look, dude, don't give me your wisdom tooth. Like I do not want a wisdom tooth.
Do you know what I went through to get those teeth out of my mouth?
Man,
I don't care what you went through. I don't want your tooth.
No.
Take this. They were removed because they were a problem. I don't want them.
I don't want your problem.
Exactly.
It's just the greatest part
they were
of
great,
me.
good, healthy teeth that were, doing what they were supposed to do.
Right.
They still be in
But
this
wisdom
mouth.
teeth cause pain, and that's why people have them taken out. If they don't cause pain, they keep them in. So I don't want your teeth.
I would say he's more. See, y'all were talking about how he might be a little psycho because I would say he would probably be more of a psycho if he gave her some perfectly good teeth.
What, like took out like his front teeth?
Now, if he
you mean
took
like
out some teeth that he's currently using, like I'm gonna give you this.
Psycho.
That's psychopathic. So don't breed with him.
Yeah.
How about you just date somebody
else?
Yeah, I hope you're
giving a tooth that's taken out where it's supposed to be. When it's bad or whatever, it's weird. It's weird as hell.
Right.
Here's why. Tyra said you should just date somebody else. I disagree. She said this man is a great man.
Boyfriend.
He just does not give gifts well. You're not going to break up with him because he doesn't give gifts well.
But a wisdom tooth, like it's not like he gave her.
Forget. Okay. So let's forget what the gift.
Tooth.
Let's forget what the gift was. This guy. No, forget what the gift was. Right. Forget what the gift was. He's bad at giving gifts.
Okay.
Her problem is not the tooth, right? Her problem is the tooth, but her problem is not the tooth. Her problem. She had the problem before she got the tooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her problem is the gift giving.
Okay.
The tooth just compounded the problem.
Do not leave this man because he gives bad gifts. He's just a bad gift giver. No. You know what I mean? You stick with him. You work with him. Man, you probably should have a talk with him.
Dude like that, you can probably be blunt.
Yeah.
And be like,
yeah.
I want that. I know you said you don't want to tell him exactly.
And
but
honestly,
some people it's easier that way.
And he probably wants you to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he don't know where to go. So
some people don't do hints. They don't do hints.
I think any dude that'll give you his tooth is definitely a do what I say. you dig what I'm saying? Like, so if I say it, I mean it type of person. And I expect you to be the same way.
If he give you his tooth, he might give you his kidney. So you never know.
Yeah, but
he already gave you his heart. Probably a little tooth-shaped box that you put the little baby teeth in.
I still have my
with the dentist address on that, John.
Ready for the next one, guys?
Yeah,
yes, indeed.
Go.
Okay. Dear 10-7, I'm a 31-year-old man, and I believe I'm in love with my friend. It's been a year now, and I've been feeling this way about her, but I haven't expressed my feelings. At first, the reason was that she was in a relationship with a man for a long time. I never made a move because I didn't want to cause problems for them. They broke up late last year for reasons having nothing to do with me. Now that my friend is single, I don't know whether I should tell her how I feel. Is it still too early for her to start a new relationship?
How long ago did they break up? A few weeks ago?
Late last year.
No, man. Shoot your shot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, that could go two ways. He could shoot a shot and it could go over well, or he could wind up being a rebound and he would get hurt.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's true.
Or he could wait and somebody slip in and shoot their shot first.
That can also happen.
Yeah, now, so that's hard. I don't know.
This is what I would say. You should probably let your feelings be known, but not necessarily say we need to go out, because she could need some time. I don't know how long that other relationship was. It was a long time. She could need some time to, I don't know what happened. Maybe heal, maybe get over it. You know, maybe she broke up with him. Who knows? I don't know. But you got to let your feelings be known, because that way, if she ends up dealing with somebody else after you let your feelings be known and that you have some interest in dating her, if she slides to somebody else knowing that, then she ain't want you anyway.
True. I agree with that.
Listen, I just say it like this. You just go to her and you let your feelings be known, and you say, you know what, I'm not sure if you're ready to start dating, but I just wanted to let you know that when you are ready, I would like the opportunity to treat you the way you're supposed to be treated. And then you just leave it at that.
Oh, okay. I love that.
That's good right there.
That's good. Take that advice, sir.
Yeah.
That's right there.
Do that. All
right. Ready for the next one, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. Dear 10-7, thoughts on being a ride or die, please. My boyfriend of 1 year was arrested and will serve 1 year. He served 5 years before we met. I've never seen myself as someone who dates an inmate. I don't think I'm the long distance relationship type of girl. Am I wrong for considering ending this relationship due to his incarceration?
No, you're not wrong at all.
Not wrong at all. Not wrong at all.
So when Goose and I were talking about this last night, what did you say? Okay, so if he only got 1 year,
so I was saying,
did he go to jail for her.
He might not go upstate. He might stay local, in which case it's not long distance.
Right.
But what did he do to get in trouble in the first place? Like that is this something that's going to keep that's going to haunt him forever?
Right. Let's go with your gut. If you feel like this is the start of something that's going to be a whole bunch of nonsense, then you know what I mean. Do what you feel is appropriate.
Like
and then there's just the fact that he served 5 years prior. Now he's getting ready to serve again. It seems like he kind of is a habitual.
He like being in there.
Yeah.
But the 5 years ain't deter him from doing things that he knew could possibly get him into jail.
Probably had some unfinished business in there, so he had to go back.
Oh, maybe.
You never know.
It sounds like a parole violation or something like that.
You said it sounds like a parole violation. I mean, we don't know. We don't have enough details. So I mean, I don't know. I wish you well. I don't know what to say. I
wouldn't do it.
Wouldn't cut my losses.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would move on. Unless he's going to jail for you or something you did, you know, I'd move on. First, that's just.
But if you decide to stay with him, call Love at the lockup. See if y'all get a couple dollars.
Oh, that works. Mm-hmm. And we'll be faithful watchers. We love at the lockup.
Keisha said he likes it there. He already served 5. He served 5 already and is going back.
Yep.
Yeah.
As I said, he like it. I said that. He like it there.
Yeah, he like it there. Was that the last one?
Yeah, that was the last one.
Because I had one. It's not a Dear 10-7, but this is a situation I heard on sports radio this morning. So this is kind of it's not a sports thing, but it's a relationship thing wrapped up in a sports thing. And hear me out.
Okay.
So this guy called the radio station and he said he wanted to know if this is a violation. And for people that don't know, people call the radio station asking if something is like a violation. If a situation is a violation. So his friend started dating a girl literally yesterday. Okay. Today he's going to dinner and meeting parents and all this other craziness today.
What?
Today?
Not only that, now this is the part that's the kicker for me. Not only that, the dinner is during the Sixers game tonight.
Oh no.
So we can forget about the Sixers game part, right? But I just have to throw that in there. Right. Is that a violation? Going and meeting people, meeting the parents and the family and stuff, not even 24 hours into a relationship.
It's very awkward.
That's weird.
Like what? That is very awkward. How did that even come up? I know you don't know, but that's weird. No,
I can see if they were like out.
The thing about it is like the parents is like, yo, you met this boy yesterday,
and you want us to meet him today.
But no, I hope they're not going to I hope they're going to like a restaurant and not nobody crib. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to be a situation like Get Out.
Personally, like if her and I started dating yesterday, and she wanted me to meet with her people, like her family today at 8:00. Nah, I'm not doing it.
No.
For 2 reasons, because it's crazy, and the Sixers at 8:00 tonight.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I know you want to kind of wrap it up so you can watch the game.
Oh, don't worry, we'll be done at 8. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Don't worry about it.
It's gonna be a brick wall ending tonight.
Okay.
I just wanted y'all opinion. I thought that was interesting, and the guys on the radio said, "Yeah, that guy doesn't need to be your friend anymore."
Right.
They said you need a new friend.
That's weird. That's super weird. I don't like that. But anyhow. All right.
Well, that was your questions and your letters being answered by us. That was Dear 10-7 segment of the show. Of course, if you want us to comment or give advice or answer your questions, you can send your email to 107show@gmail.com, and we'll keep your identity anonymous. We promise you that, just like we did with these other people. All right.
Yeah.
So now, what are we moving on to now?
So since it's Father's Day, I thought we could touch on the myth of Black fathers being absent in their children's lives.
Let's touch on it.
Yep. So
Yeah, it could because what you gave us, the information that you gave us, Tara, it is a myth. But I don't want to step on the lead, so I'll let you go ahead and get into that article.
All right.
Because
So
I hate the fact that we are looked at this way.
Right. And like I was saying earlier, it's weird because like when you hear that, you always say, "Oh, you hear that black men aren't involved in their kids' lives." I'm like, I know plenty of white women who are single, raising their kids by themselves, Asian, Indian. Like, it's not just black men, right? But of course, like with anything, the death rate's higher among black people. Black people got diabetes. Black people shoot each other up. So whatever. This article was in Newsweek. So some people looking to deny systemic racism are resurfacing a false, pernicious myth, one that places blame for the biggest problem facing the black community on black men. It's the myth that most black dads are absent in their children's lives. So looking at statistics about fatherhood and the methodology behind it, it's saying that unfortunately, all the statistics that you hear that are cited by people across the political spectrum are almost 100% false.
Yep.
So stuff that you hear on the news, basically.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. When it comes to black dads specifically, in fact, most black fathers live with their children. And this was from a CDC study that found that about 2.5 million black fathers were living with their children, and 1.7 million were officially living apart from them. So the Census Bureau report goes on to say that slightly more than half of black children live in homes headed by one parent, which is usually, but not always, the mother. I mean, I had girlfriends growing up who had single dads. This is explained in part by non-co-residential fathers having more children. It's also true that black children are more likely than others to be born out of wedlock. But we're not the only race to have children born out of wedlock.
I'm about to say, yeah.
That for sure.
Right. So neither of these things make children fatherless, though. Right. Exactly. Millions of kids live with their fathers half of the time, or at least part of the time, through joint custody arrangements. But generally, and I'm sure you guys already know this, but a lot of people
this was a shocker for me.
Generally, children have one legal address, which in particularly is important for purposes of determining school districts, right? Most often the legal address is the mother's address. Yep. And this is
mom technically has custody.
Mom technically has custody. This is a major reason that fatherless statistics in general are overblown. Fathers' homes are all too often not counted officially as being homes with children. Also, some unmarried couples live together, making the marriage statistics even more misleading. Meanwhile, among fathers who live with their children, Black dads are in many ways the most involved in their kids' lives. Black fathers at 70% were most likely to have bathed, dressed, diapered, or helped their children use the toilet every day, compared with 60% of white, 45% of Hispanic. The CDC report also found that more Black fathers than white fathers took their children to or from activities every day and helped their kids with homework every day. Fatherless can mean different things to different people. So at what point is a child considered fatherless? Seeing dad only once a month or never? Some kids who live with their fathers sometimes feel fatherless. Like, what if your father works all the time? Right. And you're like, yeah, he lives here, but I barely see him.
Travels a lot
right. For work. I barely see him. Still, given that many kids who live separately from their fathers don't see them, or at least don't see them often, statistically, fatherlessness is more common among African American families than others. So this brings us to the second part of the problem with trying to bring up fatherlessness among all those protests that were happening last summer, right? Broken families are an inevitable consequence of the exact kinds of problems that protesters across the country were standing up for. Innocent Black men who are killed by police obviously won't be there for their families.
Absolutely.
If you care about Black children being fatherless, you should be supporting protesters. George Floyd, after all, is being remembered as a good father and family man. Black people are also more likely to be charged, tried, convicted, and sent to jail for all sorts of crimes than white people are, which again pulls fathers away from their children. So mass incarceration is a huge part of the problem. But even in prison complexes across the country, people are striving to be there for their children. Even behind bars, many men are enrolled in fatherhood programs, right? And none of this is to say that that every Black father is doing right by his family, because we all know men of every race don't do right, just like women of every race don't do right all the time. People will be people. So no more than it does any other white, Latino, Asian, or any other father. Some men of all races do the wrong thing and shirk their families. We all know that. But it is crucial that we make clear absence is not the norm. Active, involved parenthood is. Those who propagate false stereotypes need a reality check. The facts are clear. The problems that these protesters are rallying against across the country, even to this day, are not caused by Black men. And as systemic reform conquers these problems, more children will have their fathers in the home.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Yep. It did. It got deep fast. Because I was like, I mean, everybody I know's father is involved in their lives. Now, my dad wasn't. But like I said in my post earlier on Facebook, I knew what I didn't want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know when you marry somebody that they're going to get addicted to drugs or whatever the case may be. That was the case with my father. I knew I knew the type of man I wanted to bring children into the world with, right? Luckily, it worked out. But if it didn't, I know he would still be involved with Eli. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Anyhow, that's my soapbox for this week.
That's a great soapbox, you know. That's a great soapbox, you know.
Yeah.
There are plenty of, but you know what? Honestly, let me be honest. I think when I was younger, I kind of fell for the myth because, like, my dad, like, he was kind of like in and out. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I never ever saw him, but you know, things were a little bit different for us, and I knew a lot of the girls that I hung around with, like, their dads either weren't around or always working. But even if, I think there's a difference between being present and being involved.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I had friends who their dads lived with them. You know, he could, you know, work, pay the bills, but he wasn't involved. You know what I mean? He wasn't doing things. He wasn't helping with homework. His body was there, but that's just about it.
Yeah.
You know? So I think, it's a very touchy subject. I mean, they need to.
Now, Justin and Goose, you guys had a totally different, you saw it differently growing up, right?
Yeah. My dad was in the house, in my life, in the house, involved and still, you know, to this day remains involved. But, you know, I've known people who, you know, maybe their fathers were not involved. I've known people who, you know, their fathers were not in the house, but were still involved.
Right.
And like, Tara, that article that you just read to us is so important. Like, the importance of that article is unreal. And it probably won't, I mean, outside being posted on social media, it probably won't reach any further than Newsweek, because that was a Newsweek article. Like Tyra said, like, she kind of fell for the myth.
Yeah.
Me having my father in the house, and also knowing people that have fathers in the house or not, kind of fell for the myth as well, because that's just what they continuously told us.
They keep saying.
You know what I mean? I know what I saw,
right,
but what they were telling us was like something totally different. And the way that the article broke down how it calculated it, being in the house versus not being in the house, being at the same address versus not being in the same address, like that does not constitute involvement.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But I think the address thing is very important, because a father can be involved, right? I mean, extremely involved, but the child's primary address is the mother's address. So if you're looking at it from an address standpoint, you're going to think that child is fatherless when that's not necessarily true. That father could be picking that kid up from school, you know what I mean? Doing homework,
that would
doing
be a
this.
good assumption because typically the mom has primary custody.
Right.
So why wouldn't the child and mom have the same address?
Right.
Exactly. So oh, go ahead.
This comment here from Jay Hussein. Shout out to Jay Hussein from the Real Guys. He said, what about men not being in the house because the women they slept with, they barely know? Now that we are older, I see just how many people sleep together but barely know each other.
Mm-hmm.
They have no foundation. They have no foundation or bond, and a lot of times the men will have no attachment.
Yeah.
Makes a good point on that one, because
I mean, it is a good point, but in that case,
the one night stands, I mean, just wanted to hit it.
I know people who, children are a product of a one night stand, and then it just went horribly wrong from there. But
I mean, you don't have to be attached, and I think that's
you don't have to be attached. You made a
problem
person.
lies. Yeah. You don't have to be emotionally attached to the mother in order to be involved with the child.
No, you don't.
That's exactly right.
But a lot of men think that, like, if they don't have an emotional connection with the mother, then they bounce.
Yeah.
Jay continues to say, just pop this one in there. He said, have a present father and a positive role model to see and look up to is a huge part of my success. So he's saying having this father around and a positive role model to look up to is a huge part of his success. Fathers are necessary. Mom is also. We offer two different types of love.
That's true.
Absolutely.
That's true. And I noticed that, like, when I was a single mom, like, if Goose or my uncles or my cousins would say something to my daughter, she would react differently than she would to me. Like, I never forget one time I was like, I need a man in here. It's just something about that deep voice. Them kids, they straighten up real quick. Like, mom could be like, stop that all day long, right? Dad would be like, hey, everything cease.
Yeah.
Everything cease.
That's true.
Yeah.
I was like, how can I make my voice deeper?
I do that now.
It's like even now, like, she'll come, like, get in the bed with me, and I'll be like, come on now, you too big. It's time to get out the bed. Won't listen to me at all. Hug. Come on, I'm just trying to get comfortable. I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna call Waddy. He don't even say nothing. Pure shit.
Yeah.
I mean, but true. Right. And it's just like, and I don't know who I forgot who said this. So, I do want to give you your credit, but I forgot who said it. But girls, as young girls, you need to be able to experience intimate love without sex being a part of it.
Yeah.
And that's what a father provides. That intimacy, that connection. So you can still be there and not give her that intimate love. You know what I mean? That she's looking for. And I'm just saying that from my own experience. Like, we young girls need to know what it's like to be loved without nobody wanting anything in return from you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. So true.
They need to learn love without sex.
Well, my mom, my dad, me, and my sisters. Like, my dad was awesome. I mean,
he was.
He was a lot like me. You know what I mean?
Yes,
and a lot of things that I do. So like growing up, I see how I reacted to my dad. So I try to do a lot of the things that my dad did with my son. You dig what I'm saying? And not just my dad, but uncles. You dig what I'm saying? And friends. You dig what I'm saying? So, in every relationship, you find out something, whether you like something or you don't like something. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? And sometimes you pick and choose. Oh, I like that. Yeah. Oh no, I'm not gonna do that. You dig what I'm saying? So you take all these experiences and these stories from these men, that you have in your life, and you use that to make the mold for your life.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
so I definitely think that he as a father has set an excellent foundation for Eli. Just this is stuff that Eli's doing in his life right now at 15 and a half.
That's
yeah.
true.
He's
he
did well. He did well.
Jay Hussein commented again. He said when my first child was on the way, I rubbed and talked to my BM stomach every day. I went to every appointment. I was only a teenager. I created a bond before birth.
Wow.
That is very important.
Yes, it is.
Wow.
That is
He's a
very
real father
important.
out here. Much love, family. Love the show. Appreciate you, Jay.
Yes,
Yeah,
y'all.
you,
you know what?
As soon as them babies
when
can
he
hear,
said that, it reminded me when Eli
to
first came out of the chute. He heard, you know how he was newborn, right? He first came out of the chute. He was laying in a little plastic basin that they give at the hospital, and Goose came in the room and started talking, and he's like 1 day old, trying to lift his head up and turn to see. He recognized Goose's voice.
Yep.
From hearing him, you know, the whole 9 months or however long he was in there.
They were so teeny tiny.
It wasn't 9 months, but you know what I'm saying. So yeah. All right.
That is true. As soon as they can hear you, they can hear. So start talking to them.
Good for you, Jay. Excellent work. Happy Father's Day, Jay.
Yes.
Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day.
Yep. So, all right. Y'all want to move on to a lighthearted topic now? Lighthearted subject?
Yep.
Fun facts about vaginas.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. We said we was going to touch upon that a couple weeks ago.
We about to get a coochie.
We did.
Get it. Touch upon that.
No. He said a coochie.
We about to get a coochie.
We gotta put that 10-7 words.
I can't with him. All right, you ready for the first fun fact about the vagina?
Yes.
Ready? Okay. So Walt Disney, was the first to use the word vagina in a film.
Really? What film? Was it a kid's film?
Yep, it's true.
It was Beauty and the Beast.
Mickey Mouse, Glass Slippers, and Happily Ever After also attempted to teach women about their bodies. Really, Disney?
Oh wow!
Because we don't know. All right.
Intermission.
And the glory of ministration. Did he bounce? Did he peace out? Oh, all right.
I'm here.
So the film is from 1946, and it's a 10-minute animated film called The Story of Ministration.
Ooh,
it says the film is dreadfully outdated, but it gets major props for using the word vagina, which I'm guessing shocked America to its core.
They used to show that in schools, didn't they? Didn't they show that in schools?
I don't remember this Disney classic being shown to me.
I'm sorry, before your time, I think they would show this and like they would have, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I've read this somewhere, I heard about this somewhere. They would have like maybe sex education classes, but they would separate guys and girls. They wouldn't have them in the same class.
Yeah, they
like on the Miracle of Life tip.
Yeah, they did that, but I don't remember. Did they separate us? I mean, I know I had like health class. I remember talking about.
Yeah, I remember health class, but I'm talking about like
I'm
talking about like a long time ago. They would have certain things in school, and they would separate the guys, and almost like they couldn't learn about the same thing at the same time.
Yeah, we about to separate. I remember because the boys would be cracking up, making jokes.
That's why that generation's so oppressed.
That's
why.
All right, so what's the next fun fact about the JJ?
So the next fun fact is vaginas have something in common with sharks.
I'm not touching that one.
I was gonna say that vice grips. Like,
so both vaginas and sharks contain an organic lubricant called squalene.
Oh, okay.
And it's found in sharks' livers. So as you probably already know, squalene is also what the vagina uses to keep it moist.
Moist.
I hate that word.
I hate the word too.
Yes, I can't do that.
Is that why I smell like fish when you...
if your happy box smells like fish, you have a bigger problem. Okay, you need to go see a doctor because that is not a normal smell, lady. It's not supposed to smell like fish or a public restaurant. I know it was a joke, but okay.
That was
all right.
The
next
joke.
fun fact is here you go, babe. I know how much you love peaches. Vaginas have the same pH balance requirement as a peach. How fun is that?
Who knew?
Your vagina is a demanding organ that requires a strict pH balance. Well, we know that.
Yes.
But it also has a lot in common with a fellow juicy peach. Dare do anything that sends that number plummeting below or soaring above the number, and it will make you pay. A number of everyday triggers include your period, pregnancy, sex, and some medications that can upset the delicate vaginal ecosystem. Are you uncomfortable? Okay. And elevate pH, which should always be maintained at, Tyra, did you know this? 4.3 to 4.5. Yes. I don't even know what the hell.
That's acidic.
Litmus sticks or
I don't
something.
even know what the hell that is. So anyway, your vagina's pH balance. Okay, so I already said that. When it's unbalanced, odor-causing microorganisms can flourish, which may be what he's talking about. Canned peaches
that's
just so happen to fall within that pH balance range. So do pineapples, beets, and best of all, chocolate eclairs. What? Who knew?
Chocolate eclair.
So you can now, ladies, equate your vagina to a chocolate eclair.
Oh.
The ice cream bar?
No, a chocolate eclair, like the pastry.
Oh, I've never had one of those. Oh. I've had the ice cream though.
Okay, so we'll pretend in your case.
I didn't even know that the chocolate eclair was an actual pastry for a long time. I just thought that's some interesting stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
gives you a whole different outlook on the peach emoji.
Yes, it does. So I'm wondering if Facebook already knew this and they were being fresh.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they were.
All right. So the next one is the word vagina comes from the Latin root meaning sheath or a sword. Really?
I actually knew that.
I read that. I was
actually
a man
knew that.
came up with that.
So how perfect is that analogy, though? So in classical times, vagina wasn't used to describe a woman's anatomy, but rather the sheath or scabbard for a sword. So of course,
they didn't go with the word scabbard.
Yeah. Can you imagine though?
Of course.
Hand me my vagina, please.
Right. So and then the word sword was also commonly used to describe one's penis back then. So it makes sense that the sheath for your sword, you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Right. All right. The word clitoris comes from the Greek word for key. Classical lovers knew what was up. The word clitoris was borrowed from the Greek word clitoris. I feel like Gus Portocalis right now, which means door tender, or key to a door. In other words, wise lovers can easily access a woman's door to ecstatic levels of pleasure by simply turning the key. So, gentlemen, when you're down there, focus on the clitoris. Okay, that's the key to the door. All right. All right.
All right.
The female vibrator was invented to cure hysteria.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So back in the day, it was believed that women didn't experience sexual desire or pleasure, but everyone was pretty darn convinced we all suffered from hysteria. A catch-all diagnosis for anxiety, sexual frustration, and anything else that left a woman on edge. So the solution was introduced to women, genital massaging, aka fingers. My God, in the late 19th century. This treatment, surprise, surprise, cured quite a few cases of hysteria. Of course it did, because you reached that climactic moment and you calmed the hell down. And probably spurred other women to pretend they too suffered from it.
Oh, no, everybody.
When the massage worked so well, the doctors had a flood of patients. They started to have issues with their hands and invented the vibrator to assist them. Of course, hysteria isn't real, but sex and orgasm are still fantastic stress relievers. Didn't I say that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And this next one, Justin, is the one that I told you about. The inside of your cheek is made of the same tissue as the inside of your vagina. So ever wonder what is the big, like, colossal deal about oral sex for men? It may have a little something to do with the fact that the tissue on the inner cheek of our mouths resemble the tissue found on the inside of our vaginas. Okay. Doctors can and have even successfully transplanted tissue from the mouth in a surgical procedure to help young girls who are missing vaginas.
Wow.
So I'm wondering if they're doing that like with like gender reassignment surgery now.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Using.
Hold on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that
There's women out there that are missing vaginas?
Well, I mean, you can be born deformed, and that could be a deformity. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like missing vagina.
Yeah, this last one is kind of weird. Have you heard of this, Tyra? Vaginal steaming?
Mm-hmm. Yoni, they call it yoni steam. Yeah,
so it says it's something you can get as a spa treatment, and many countries, including Indonesia, found out firsthand vaginal steaming spas are considered just another way to keep your body healthy. But is that healthy though? I don't know. She explains that.
Go ahead. Yeah, I know a couple of people who have gotten it done. It's supposed to like be like a help you cleanse in that area and balance hormones. It's different herbs that they put in this water, and you just sit over top of the hot water and let the steam.
They actually did it on Red Table Talk.
Yeah, they did it on Red Table Talk. They did it on Real Housewives of Atlanta, but they call it yoni steam.
Yeah, I've seen that yoni. It says it has its merits because dry heat cannot cause yeast infections, the same as a douche would. It clears out everything and clears away odors. It renews you from the inside out. And after doing some research, this doctor found that the treatment is being offered and is pricey at New York City spas, so you can save money and recreate the experience in the privacy of your own bathroom. I don't know if I want to do that. Is that like a sitz bath though? Just like a warm sitz bath?
You can purchase the herbs. Like people make the herbs. You can purchase them online. Because you got to make sure the water is not too hot. But I know people that have gotten it done. People have yoni steaming parties, all kind of stuff.
A whole party full of women doing steaming their vaginas?
Like this is the coochie steaming one.
Like a Tupperware party, but for vaginas.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to be really good for that area.
I just want to point out the fact that we have under 8 minutes left in the show.
Okay, I was gonna say like we can totally wrap this and do our final thoughts and then pick up next week where we're leaving off.
What about the why he chose her?
We can use.
Yeah, Justin, that's gonna take a minute.
That's a long.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, that's gonna take a minute. I had like 13 topic points.
Wait, somebody commented, living legacy. Are you talking about the yoni steam as being relaxing? I was thinking
hope that's what she's talking about.
Yeah, that's what
it is. So have you living legacy? Have you had that done?
You were
I'm
thinking about hosting,
but I don't know if I want to do it as a group.
You can. I could do.
I hope you wasn't planning on having it at the house.
No, I wasn't gonna have it.
I'm just saying.
Justin,
I ain't about to be coming downstairs seeing a whole bunch of women sitting over a pot.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going. Trying to watch the damn Phillies game. Y'all over here steaming your hoo-has over a pot.
Steaming your hoo-has over a pot. Tara,
we'll just wanted a doggone sandwich. Dang.
We will discuss it. We'll discuss it.
Man,
another
y'all
time.
using the pot I cooked my noodles in.
Oh my god! Don't use the noodle pot.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna try it. I'd be a little nervous because my skin's sensitive.
I mean, I'm interested to try it too, but I don't know if I want to do it as part of a group. Like I would maybe do a spa or something.
I mean, if like you and I go, that would be a little bit. I mean, because you have like they wrap this big like sheet around you.
Okay.
So it's not like watch the Red Table. They did it on there.
Okay. Yeah, we should do it.
But watch this one first.
I know where you.
Watch this show first, and then you can watch
Red Table Talk,
and then come back and watch this again. What he said? What he say?
He said, "Yeah, go ahead and freshen it up so I can dirty it up."
Oh my! See, mess up my pH, bro.
Okay, my pH be all on.
Okay.
Steam it again.
I got to go drink some more cranberry juice.
Do it at a spot. Okay.
She said I did it.
Okay.
Recommendations. What's the spa?
Yeah. Don't type it in the show because they're not paying.
Yeah, they're not paying us.
You
can send it if you want,
but in the group if you can.
Yeah,
post it in the group.
You can.
All right, I can make a post in the group.
You can post it on here. I won't put it up because they.
No, it's fine. Post it in the group if she's in the group. All right. Okay. Are we? You want? So we'll cover. why he chose her over you next week. We'll talk about that then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh look, Sheena, you were supposed to invite me.
She did it. Oh, Sheena. Okay.
Now I'm gonna call you when this is off.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and move to the final thoughts. I'm gonna go last.
Final twist.
Final twist. Excuse me. Final twist.
Okay. You want to go?
All right, I'll go. So this is a quote by Harriet Tubman. Every great dream begins with the dreamer. Always remember, you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach the stars to change the world.
Amen. You do. That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good reminder.
You want to do.
Okay. At any age, you are not limited. Okay, mine is to be beautiful means to be yourself. You don't need to be accepted by others. You need to accept yourself.
Nice.
Okay.
I always watch when Tara goes. I always gotta watch for the hook just in case.
I know.
She'll throw you a mean one. So mine is, I encourage all of you watching today to contact your local congressperson and encourage them to pass the George Floyd Justice and Police Bill.
Agreed. I second that.
Yep, definitely.
I'm sorry, there's a comment that's put in. I'm not putting it up, but it's a comment that's in there.
Well, can you share off air?
You gotta put it up. Put it up when we're done.
Yeah, I'll put it up when we're done.
Okay.
Because there's a story. There's a little bit of a story behind it too. But my final thought, and it's really 2 words, and then we're gonna get up out of here. So y'all, if y'all want to say bye now, go ahead and say bye now. Because as soon as I finish my final thought, I'm going to the animation.
Watch Sixers, right? Okay.
So
have a good week, y'all.
Have a good week, everybody. Stay safe.
Have a good week, everybody. And my final thought is this: Go Sixers.
All right.